In this video, I'm going to take you over the 4 misconceptions that really held me back when I first came to trading. Now, this is obviously not going to be an exhaustive list, so if you have anything else, any beliefs that you brought to trading or that you were taught early on that really held you back, you can let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so the first misconception that really held me back is that professional trader, so the individual professional trader, has all of the answers to the financial markets. Because when we come to trading, when we discover the financial markets, we tend to find one or two traders, and we then delve into everything that they are telling you. So all of their blog posts, all of their videos, and very often, I'm sure I'm guilty of this at some point in the past also, they put across the way they trade as the only way to trade. So the rules they're teaching are the only rules that work. If you do anything else, you're stupid, you're an idiot, it's never going to work. That holds so many people back. It held me back massively because when I first came to trading, some of the things that I was kind of shown and told that were the laws of trading were anything underneath the 4-hour time frame is simply gambling. If you're not looking for 1 to 3 risk to reward, you will never be a successful trader and you will always fail. I was also told that the reason, not most, all traders who fail is because they aren't using a large enough stop. If they simply increase their stop size, they would become successful traders. So I brought these misconceptions into trading. And what did that do? Well, first of all, it put me on the 4-hour time frame. It put me on the 4-hour time frame looking for 1 to 3 risk to reward, trading in ways which didn't necessarily find 1 to 3 risk to reward enough times to leave me consistently profitable. I would set alerts on my charts through the night so I could wake up when the market hit a certain level and start looking for setups, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I'd be waiting days and weeks between setups, and for me personally, I found it boring as hell, and because I found it boring, I started making lots and lots of mistakes through frustration. The truth is, any trader, any professional trader is only expert in the very narrow field that they trade within. So when traders say things like, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, if you do this, you'll always fail, that's coming from their very narrow perspective. It's coming from what they trade, what has worked for them. The truth for trading is that if you trade something, and it makes you consistent money, that is trading. It does not matter what anybody else says. If you're making consistent money, that is trading. For me personally, I have a very sort of narrow field of view. When it comes to FTSE, DAX, 5-minute trading, I have a wealth of knowledge. But I can't say to somebody, Elliott wave is stupid, it doesn't work. Fibonacci is stupid, it doesn't work. Oh, if you trade the weekly time frame, you're never going to make money, because it's coming from my experience. So that held me back massively. When you come to trading, find something that fits with you. Understand that when people are teaching you, it's most likely coming from a good place, but what they are saying is not gospel. There are lots of different ways to trade, lots of different approaches that you can take. The second misconception that I was kind of taught and that I brought to trading is that the broker is against you. The broker is this evil entity who just wants to hit your stop and just wants to take all of your bloody money. That's garbage. It's absolute nonsense. If you are with a broker who is regulated, and if you're trading a liquid market, it is basically impossible for them to be knocking out your individual trades. Think about it. If you're trading something like the FTSE or a Forex pair, there are, even just with the individual broker, thousands of people trading that same instrument on different time frames. Some buying, some selling. Stops all different places. In order for the broker to start getting all of these stops out, the market would be all over the place. It would have to be chopping everywhere. And the truth is, most retail traders fail anyway, so the broker doesn't need to go stop hunting. It doesn't need to chop up the extra 1 point to get your stop. Now when that happens, it's easy to start thinking, oh, it was the broker, why did it only take me out by 1 point, 2 points if it wasn't just the broker? You can quite easily go onto a different broker and compare the markets. Or you can go to the official market prices and compare the market prices. If your broker has discrepancies over and over and over again every single day, then first of all, they wouldn't be regulated, they would lose that. And secondly, nobody would use them because they would be saying, you know what, I'm trying to trade the FTSE here, and every time I get into a trade, the 5-minute candle spikes 10 points in either direction, which it's not doing on the official charts. So how am I supposed to become profitable with this guy? And you would leave. The truth is that this belief kind of feeds into the difficulty of trading, but it gives you an out, and that is very, very dangerous, because if instead of analyzing what you're doing, if instead of reviewing your trades and starting to understand, is there a weakness to my trading here? And instead you start blaming the broker, then you start to have an escape route. Oh, well, it's not working, but it's because of the broker. The broker is doing this, it's nothing to do with my trading plan. It's going to stop you from advancing as a trader. Everybody has losses. Very often people put stop losses in the sort of same areas, and the markets themselves will head toward those stops, because if they trigger the stops, the market either rallies or at least puts in a decent move whereby professional traders can then get better prices for their trades. The broker is not working against you. If you're with some random unregulated broker, then potentially. And you're trading very, very low float stocks, then potentially. If you are with a regulated broker and you're trading decent markets, they are not working against you, I can assure you. The third misconception that I held when I came to trading, which really held me back, is that trading or becoming a professional trader is simply, comes down to time served. So no matter what happens, if I trade for X amount of months or a year or 2 years, I will then become a professional trader. This is incredibly dangerous. It's the way I came to the markets, first of all, but also I get emails frequently from people who are saying things like, I'm just about to start learning how to trade. I need to be making £2,000 a month within 6 months to replace my job. How do I do this? Trading is not guaranteed. No matter what you do, no matter how much money you spend, no matter the background that you have, the discipline that you have in your other job, whatever, it's not guaranteed. The belief that it's simply going to be a period of time can lead you to, first of all, become a little bit lazy, because you're thinking in terms of, well, no matter what happens, I just need to keep going. It's difficult right now, but within 6 months, I'll be a trader. How you should be approaching it is constantly looking to learn, constantly looking to improve, constantly thinking of ways that you can kind of tweak things or find weaknesses and make slight changes that are going to help you progress as a trader. Trading is like starting a business rather than anything else. Now, when you start a business, there's absolutely no guarantee that it's going to make any money. There's no guarantee that it's going to last for over a year, over 2 years, over 3 years. There's no guarantee that it's going to consistently make money. It's the exact same way with trading. You have to come in that way because it makes sure that you're always on your toes. It makes sure that you are always trying to learn. You're always trying to kind of put ways together which is going to help you become a better trader. Now, for me personally, I just thought it was going to be a fairly fast process, and so I lost a lot of money. And I just kept refunding the account and thinking, well, I just need to keep going. Yeah, this is all going to work out. That's been X amount of months. And obviously, that doesn't work. Okay, so the final thing, the fourth misconception I held, and everyone, well, I would say maybe guys hold this more than girls, but I'm going to say everyone, you're not special. When I came to trading, and when everyone comes to trading, whatever you do in your life, you kind of think you're special, you think it's going to be different for you. This is a recipe for disaster when you are trading. So what do I mean by you think you're special and you're not actually special? When I just said it doesn't just come down to time served, you're not going to be any different. When it comes down to things like, taking huge risks as a trader in order to build your trading account very quickly, you're not going to be any different. It's just going to lead to disaster. Or when you think, well, most people take this amount of time to learn to trade, but I'm going to do it in 2 months, which is what I actually thought when I came to the markets, it's not going to happen. The reason it's so dangerous, again, is because it leads you to be lazy. It leads you to take silly risks. You have to come to trading understanding that, again, it's like starting a business. You're going to face lots and lots of difficulties, and you have to be willing to work around them. You have to understand that at all times, the market is looking to take your money off of you. Because when you approach it in that way, when you stop thinking that you've got this kind of God-given right to become a trader, you start to become a lot more cautious, a lot more disciplined. You start to respect the markets a lot more. You start to try and protect your capital first and foremost. I can't overemphasize how important that is. The last kind of two. It's not going to come down to time served, and it's, you don't have a guarantee of becoming a trader. If you can really internalize those, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to say to you, oh, you're never going to become a trader. I'm trying to set you up in the best possible way to become a successful trader. And the way you do that is you step away from the majority of people who lose as traders, and you start to approach the markets in a different way. Okay guys, so that is everything for this video. Those are the 4 misconceptions that really held me back when I first came to the financial markets. As always, I hope that was helpful. I'm James Orr, and thank you.